Everyone, welcome back to our return to Borderlands 3 playthrough. It's been a minute since I played the game, but we're back. We moved away. I did some playing, or should I? We moved on. Did some playing off camera, and now we're here at the Ambermire. I skipped some of the other stuff, but I also went and wanted to level up a bit, so I went and did the arms race actually, and I got some goodies from arms race, so we'll show that off. So we kind of proceed forward. So we have the rogue site, which is part of this mission over here in the Ambermire, but we got the torrent for our radiation flak. We also got the Maggie, which is really good. We still have our Rowan's Call. We also got the Madcap, which is another critical shield. And we also got this right here, the Kick Charger, yes. Randomly from, I believe from a Tubby Skag. I went and did a round and I killed the Tubby Skag and it dropped this and I managed to get it out. We didn't do much farming. I did only a couple runs. I did die a couple times because I did kind of overwhelm myself. But we still have all of our ludograms. We don't have anything else crazy for in terms of weapons. We did get this Echo last time, but we're not really going to use it. We might put away our doll here. It's now that we have this torrent here, which is really good. And then we have a Maggie, obviously, to help us. Our skill tree, pretty much the same. We did level up a bit, so I put a point into Ferocious Attack. Still going down Blue Tree. And I also switched over to the I said arms race cartel, so we can maybe do that instead. Now that as of recording this, is past Halloween, and it's already now November, so I thought we might as well switch back to the cartels and maybe go do that for a little bit as we level up. We do still have our what's it called, Fearmonger, but I don't know if we're really going to use it. Maybe we'll use it for a little bit, but we have it for now. Yeah, but we still don't have anything crazy, not that much money, nothing too crazy. But now we're obviously at the Ambermire, so we don't get it. I skipped that little bit where we talked to Clay. He did his little dialogue while I was kind of waiting, but now we got to pass through. This is kind of one of those other areas that you kind of forget. There's nothing really much to do here. There is some bosses, but it's kind of one of those other like forgettable areas that you go to. But like I said, having this Maggie is really good. Pretty much one shot. I was hoping we would get a Maggie from Turnkey Tom back over there in Fort Sunshine. I think it's Fort Sunshine where we rescue Darren or Darren, or is it Darrell? Or Dalton, I think it is. Not Darren. But now that we got one man from
the chaos
from our arms race, now we can use it. We also can use our torrent here. Since we are kind of radiation adjacent. So we just got to go over here and do all this stuff. We got to basically find out what happened to the Clay's rogues, his friends, his like partners, his smuggler partners, I guess you call them. We kind of learn about it, but I mean it's pretty obvious what happens to them and what's going on. But you can see this is the torrent. It's probably one of the other better doll SMGs. It's kind of slow because it has this weird kind of spiral pattern, but even then it's going to pretty much shoot through these guys.
formidable obstacle.
So we need to use the rogue site to obviously see the secret thing, but it's up here right here.
Alright, getting closer. Head on in and find Archimedes.
So now we gotta wait for find out Archimedes, but obviously he's gonna be dead because we know this, but he's not really dead. But we're gonna obviously figure this all out.
Darn. See if you can get the lights on.
Right,
Archimedes! Where the hell are you, man? Don't like the looks of this. See if you can make sense of the mess.
This
Now,
place
check
smells
out
of
everybody.
organic suffering with a hint of fermented.
But if we let Clay or Flack keep talking, then he skips his most audio.
Smuggling the rogues.
So now we gotta wait for this audio.
Forget his name, but guess it don't matter now.
So I guess if you do it fast enough, you can kind of skip his audio, because he'll do like a little quip for each of the characters, and this is obviously
but that's Archimedes.
supposed to be Archimedes,
Guess he's really gone.
but
Grab
it's
a security
spoiler,
ID,
it's not.
Vault Hunter. You might need it.
Grab that.
All right, we should check the security console.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna press this, and he's gonna basically tell us that we need to go find more of the
Let's
rogues,
take a look.
get more of the console, more of those little devices.
Set your hunger down. Extraction ain't happening today. Maybe tomorrow.
How long does he think we can keep this fragment hidden? Swamp's crawling with COV.
Hey, what the hell?
Oh, someone betrayed them. I wonder who.
Someone got the drop on my rogues and took the fragment, but I ain't no detective. Good thing I've got something pretty damn close. Hit that button over there. time to time, a smuggler needs to drop his cargo in a hurry. So, the rogues use a special loot tracker, designed it myself. With that baby, we can hunt down lost cargo across the entire planet. But in this case, we're gonna track down that fragment and the trader who stole it. Damn, forgot about that. See, every rogue has a security ID, like the one you picked up from that bloody mess that was my man Archimedes. Looks like whoever killed my rogues was smart enough to take the rest of their IDs. Good thing I still got a few live agents in the field. You'll need to get their IDs before we can activate the loot
I
tracker.
think we can now jump down and go.
Let's start with Agent D. He's the closest. Make contact with D while I alert the others on a secure line and tell him you're coming.
Alright, well, now that he's done talking, I think we want to come over here. There's also one of these target of opportunities.
Agent D is a master
I think it'll
of
cut off
disguise.
Zero's dialogue, but we can still kill them.
Hell of a pole dancer.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They're all the different Billies. And then we have this. We should be able to kill them. They're a little tinky. But they're just generic female circle enemies or bandit enemies.
Break cover. Those bandits will lift a finger. Big, dumb bandits fell for Tyrene. There's no one else here loved them or looked
I
at.
think only one of them can really drop legendaries, but they all can like drop some generic stuff. Yeah. Zero cut them off, but that's fine. I think we can get. There's like the electric banjo, that one artifact, but we can't really use artifacts right now. But we can still get that, and also I think another assault rifle or grenade mod they drop, or grenade and assault rifle, but I forget what it is. I think it's one of the doll ones. Maybe the warlord, or I don't think it's the chaos, but I think it's the warlord, or maybe the. No, I think it is the warlord, maybe. Because I know the other doll one, the barrage, is like one of those early ones you get. I forget where the chaos drops, but I don't think it drops from them. There's also this mission here. But we're not going to do this. The super fan mission where we get the mission for Tyrene where you get this. I think it's a super fan, that Malone pistol. I mean, we can do it later, but I think if you do that mission, there's also a way to get the kind of hidden item if you don't know about it. The was it Burning Summit, which is like a really kind of like a fun little goofy reference. It's basically a Vladov Molotov, but it's kind of a reference to like a funny, I guess, moment from the YouTuber Summit or streamer Summit. But to get it, you have to basically like basically down yourself a bunch of times and kind of in that like suicide thing that the mission basically asks you to do. And you can get it a bunch of times if you keep doing it over and over again. She'll randomly give you. I've gotten it a couple times. Why are you making some noise? Yeah, well, you basically get it for killing yourself a bunch of times. I've gotten it a couple times. It's kind of like a fun little joke item. It's easier to get with, I think, with Zane because you can use his clone to kind of cheat the system and swap back and forth. But with Flak, it's kind of a little bit annoying to get. So, but we don't really need it. It's more of like a fun novelty. If you kind of know the reference and you know how to get it, then you can get it. For the most part, we're going to kind of leave it for now. So we got to go over here and talk to D.
Agent D's alive and up to his
And he's basically tricking them. But it turns out he's obviously,
that mark with the rogue sight.
yeah, he's a big Goliath. Pretending to be like a pretty lady. Now I gotta fight a bunch of enemies.
Time to squash these turd teasers! Die, you dumb bastards!
Be alright.
These inbred
I mean, like I said, this Maggie's basically one-shotting most of these guys. I do really like the Maggie. I think it's a decent pistol. I know it wasn't like the best pistol in the early days, but even at endgame, it's kind of, I think it's still decent on. In terms of Jacob's pistols, it's probably the most consistent one that you can really like do a lot of damage with.
now let me
And it's probably like one of the more iconic Borderlands weapons in terms of like uniques that you think of. When you think of Borderlands, you think of the Maggie. Because you never really went for the Maggie in Borderlands 2, because obviously to get it you had to kill McZafford, and you had to kill McZafford you don't get the Slaga, because you have to pick between Tector or Zafford. And if you pick Zafford, then you don't get the Slaga because Tector doesn't respond. But usually you go for Tector because Tector gives you the Slaga. So then you don't get the Maggie. And the Maggie's, like I said, in Borderlands 2, the Maggie is like, it's good, but it's not like, oh my god, this is the best pistol, compared to like the Herald and some of the other legendary pistols, or even like something like the Lady Fist. But think it was still pretty decent. In this game, it's obviously a lot better, but like I said, the issue with many guns you'll realize is that they don't do too much at endgame, and this gun does struggle. Like, you can make it work if you really build around it, but like I said, if you do like a hardcore, like Crit, Jacob's Flak kind of play style, you can make it work. It's decent on, I think, Amara too, but I feel like Zane and Moze, you kind of have better options in terms of pistols. So now we got to go around and pick up Quietfoot's little audio logs and just kind of figure out where he's at. Hopefully nothing bad happens to him. Seems like a pretty cool guy. Alright, everything to sell while he's blabbing. We got this TDR. Like I said, I don't really like TDRs. I mean, they're alright, but they kind of struggle. Like, even the Polybius here, it's decent, but we're not really going to use it because there are better options. Alright, before we do that, I think if we come over here, there's another kind of unique hidden enemy. And also a Typhon log that we can kill. Yeah, this Unstoppable. He's basically a reference to the Juggernaut. He can drop some good stuff. I think he drops the Devastator, which is that Ford pistol, and I think the Band of Sidorak, which is like his unique pistol, or unique shield, not pistol, that he drops. But he can only get it from here.
All of you are weak.
You normally have to come over here. You're not supposed to come over here. I forget what the Band of Sidorak really does. I think it's like a penguin shield. I honestly don't even know what it really does. I remember it used to be kind of like a meta shield you would get just to get, because it's like a somewhat guaranteed shield. Give me 1 second. I'll lower that a bit. Right, now that we come over here, there's also a Typhon lung that we can maybe grab. Because we want to maybe at least get all the Typhon logs, because there's over there where we meet the other guy. I think it's not Quietfoot. What's the other one's name? Adamano, I think his name is. The other rogue guy that we meet, he's like a sniper. Over there is where the chest is. So if you can get all the Typhon logs before it's before we get over there, we can maybe get it before. But I think we need to go back to the beginning to get the other one. But I don't know, because there's one over there by the entrance to the rogues area. Maybe we can go get it real quick. If we come up here, we can get up to that other top area. Well, we got some downtime. I forget where. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, it's up there on that little ledge. Because that's where the entrance is. So I think it's over here. Yeah, there it is. It popped up on the map.
The hunt continues. But yours won't.
I want to come here, grab this. Oh, I know where the other one is now. I just remembered. I think we can still go get it. We have to go over there and fight, what's his face? The Red Jabber. He's like a Tarzan reference. I think, let me look at the map real quick. Yeah, it's like over here in this like little area. So you want to come over here first and then do that. Oh, we have ton of downtime. Because we got to go find Quietfoot. Quietfoot's just over there by where we fought the Unstoppable. I remember way back, I don't think I've talked about it, but back when Borderlands was doing their, I think one of their random anniversaries, I think this was maybe 2022 or 3, or I forget when it was. But during the event, they made it so that Loot Jabber would drop the Becca and some of their other legendaries. I think they can also drop the Rhino. I don't know if they could drop the Rhino back then.
Death, do you see me?
You would basically be able to get the Becca from the loot enemies. And remember, there was a time where you could come and farm basically a guaranteed Becca, and you would get like the very good version of it. Because like I said, you need the right version of the Becca. You know, max damage, max fire rate. Because if you don't know, the Becca can only really drop from, is a one-time drop from doing the legendary hunt for Hammerlock. And you only can get one per character. But if you don't wait, if you get it too early, then it's a bit out-leveled. And then you obviously want a max level one. You know, max level 72, Mayhem 10, or Mayhem level 10. And even then, if you don't get the max, like I said, max damage, max fire rate, then it's kind of like, do you really want it? It's still a good gun, but it's one of those guns where you really want the matching parts, right parts and all that, to make it worthwhile. Alright, anything. Yeah, there's a bunch of jabbers. Yeah, there's one. Like these guys would drop them, and a whole bunch would spawn, and they would pretty much guarantee to drop. Normally they don't drop anything, other than the was it the Rhina, which is like a Torg rocket launcher that was kind of like in the game, but it wasn't in the game, and then they added it to the loot pool of loot enemies, so that you can get it. I don't know if we can get it, or maybe we will get it, but it's all right. It's one of those other kind of cool hidden guns that if you didn't play Borderlands early on or know about, you probably wouldn't even realize you would get it. Kind of forget that it exists as a gun. Oh, we did get a legendary. Was that from a Red Jabber?
Credit to the pack.
Might have dropped something. Yeah, Red Raptor drops the Rough Rider.
So you found me some loot?
I guess we have. I think there's also another chest here. We can get, but Dog found it for us, or Skag found it. Another was a group. Yeah, we don't really use launchers. I think that's pretty much it that we need. So now that we have all of the Typhon logs, where do we get all the Typhon logs? We need, yeah, we got all of them. Now we need the drop. The drop's over, like I said, the drop's over there where we meet Domino and do some stuff with him, so we can maybe grab that on the way back while we're doing that little sequence. And now we gotta go all the way back and find Quietfoot. Hopefully nothing bad's happened to him. He seems like he's in danger. But it is a bit of a hassle because there's no cars in this area, which is kind of annoying. One of the few areas that doesn't have cars. I guess it kind of makes sense because this is more of like you follow the sequence kind of. You come here, come over there, and then you go to that little area where there's not really cars meant to be in that area. Like I guess also the other main was it the Jacob's Estates and was it the what's it called? I forget what the area that the family jewels called, the Gracious Canopy. That's what it's called. Now I remember because that area, like those areas, you can't even bring a car. Only in the main hub area can you bring a car. Because like the other next area is the powder cellar, or the black powder cellar, where you go and like find the final vault piece and basically fight Aurelia. Yeah, we gotta go back up here. We gotta jump through. Yeah, we come here. Also, there's the I think we'll wait after we do what's his face's mission, his little quest. Do this. But they only use like a generic chink enemy. Doesn't have like a unique character model. Now I'm gonna kill these mud neck bandit guys.
This is my purpose.
Let's do this real quick. And then we gotta go get the propaganda machine that's over there above us. Oh, we got some time. I know, I think we please don't die. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh no. Yeah, our pet's not gonna be able to help us. We don't have lick the wounds or revive that one to help revive us. Yeah, that kind of happens a lot in this game. You get killed by dots. The dots are really, I guess, you dots from enemies and dots that put on you are really strong in this game. They're not as bad in Borderlands 3 or 4, I should say. Where like you're gonna really die, but I don't think they really do a lot of the puddle damage. Like you're not gonna like, because how in the water, if you shoot it with fire or corrosive or radiation, it does damage to you, and it kind of makes an elemental pool. It does a lot of damage to you. But in this, I think Borderlands 4 doesn't really do that. Only in like certain areas or certain puddles. So now that we've come back here, we gotta come jump up here. This is another weird propaganda thing to get. Because you have to come over here, and you have to kind of like jump and like grab onto that little ledge. You have to like grab the side and like kind of scoot your way across to get to the ladder. So I don't know if you can like really make the jump. I don't know, like to jump to like get to the. That's hard to do. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to do this. because you see how he hit your head on that thing. It's really finicky, but I think we can get it if we just take our sweet time. I think maybe Flack's a little bit too tall for this, or he's like kind of way his hitboxes. Yeah, there you go. You gotta like grab onto that and like switch your way across to make it easier. And then you come up here, and then there's a chest and then a propaganda machine. I think we're gonna get anything crazy. Yeah, just for a couple of blues and purples and a green. Alright, now that we've done that, we don't have anything else.
Alright, we just need one more ID. Well, time to head to the docks.
Yeah, Domino,
and find
we
my
gotta go
buddy
talk to him.
Domino. Best sharpshooter in the Edens and polite as pie. It's his thing. Domino's alive. Not many rogues left.
I think there's also I forget how to do it, but I think here is where you can do the Tanner's fish Easter egg. Yeah, you can see that there's the one barrel, the fire, the corrosive, the shot. I don't know how to do it, but I know if you come here you can do it. There's also one in Borderlands 4. If you go to like the very beginning area, like on the very top edge of the map where you find like the first vault fragment in that little area, there's like you can find the barrels and obviously do the little Easter egg. I think there's also an achievement for it, because in this it's more of just like a little reference.
Secure location overlooking a dock full of COV. Need some help clearing them out. We'll talk after. Thanks.
It's like one of those like fun little Easter eggs that always kind of appears. Or like tennis on a fish. 'Cause I think it was like in Borderlands 1 they did it as like a fun little thing where you go find the little camp or find a boat in that one map. And then you can like do the sequence. I'm not sure how people figured it out. It's like one of those things that people figure it out and it kind of gets passed around as like information. And Gearbox is like, okay, well we'll add it again. And then everyone kind of like eventually is like, well, is in the game. We gotta look for it. I know, speaking of Borderlands 4, I know that, I'm not sure when, but I guess maybe, apparently within maybe, not this week, but maybe within a couple weeks, or maybe by the end of the November, it's supposed to be the first DLC pack, or what is it called, the bounty pack, I think they call it, which is like the Christmas event. It's supposed to happen, I think, or maybe they delayed it or changed it off the top of my head. It does look pretty interesting. I know people are kind of upset with the Halloween event because it's not really like I said, it's a mini event where you go and kill enemies and you can get the legendary. I think maybe if they added a new boss or maybe like a skin to one of the kind of unique meathead enemies or one of the other enemies you could go kill, or that there was a way to really get it instead of getting it from the reward chest, and there was a more easy way to farm it. Farm the 2 legendaries. I know the was it the Murmur is actually pretty good, or people have kind of been using it, especially for like Chidio or Rafa. I know they buffed, they recently fixed the Scully, but I don't think it's still very good. Maybe early on if you get one, or you manage to get one early on, you can still use it. I don't know if they're still in the game, if you can still farm them. I know if you play like now with the newest patch or the newest hotfix, you can still get like the blood rain effect, and maybe you can still maybe farm one if you save the chest from that event.
That ship's scanner's broken. You're gonna have to climb that crane to fix the darn thing and get it.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do another Halloween. If the bounties are going to be in maybe a Halloween event, maybe the final one will be like a kind of a blood Halloween event, or like kind of like another heck or another like kind of like that. Ooh, a legendary, but it's 2 legendaries. So we got the rocket boots. Our inventory's full. How do we get to full? We gotta drop some of these random stuff, but I think maybe they could do a Halloween event. I think it really depends on how they handle this next major, I guess, DLC that's coming within the next 2 to 3 weeks, or by the end of November.
Yes,
whenever they
to
want
the
to do it.
bloodletting.
Because I know like a lot of people are kind of like left the game, and obviously we're not going to get was it Lumen Reap until December. So who knows what that's going to look like. I think like a lot of people are kind of like iffy, like, do we just wait and see what comes next, or trying to hope they do it? Because I think there's a lot riding on this more than people realize. But I guess only time will tell. I think they could make something great, but I guess it depends on what they really want to do with these DLCs. If they want to make them more of like fun little mini things that you can kind of do and couple hours, or do you want to make them to like a short campaign, or make them more like the what is it, like the headhunters in Borderlands 2, where you have like a quest, you have a certain quest, you can do it within a couple hours, then you have like a unique boss, and then you have a couple unique bosses, I should say, you can fight with like variations of other bosses, and then you have obviously a bunch of cosmetics that they're going to be adding, and then with that you can have another way of getting a loot, kind of like adding like another way to farm a bunch of legendaries or uniques, or not, they don't have uniques, but like a lot of blues and purples, kind of like the Christmas chest was, or the not the chest, the ship was, or the train basically with all the chests, the big red chests that you could open and get a lot of cool stuff. I'm not sure what they could really add, or if they maybe add some more cosmetics. Obviously, I've seen they shown like some of the skins or some of the heads you can get, but I'm not sure what they could really add. I think they really need to add like maybe like another set of class mods so everyone gets a class mod. Maybe there's a couple unique grenades and shields, like 1 or 2 shields, 1 or 2 grenades, and maybe one like big legendary gun. Or I hope they don't make like 2 gimmicky guns, or guns that are like, oh, this is a Christmas gun that shoots snowballs or shoots something like that, or it's kind of like a fun goofy item, or something that's more of like neutral to where it's not like Christmas dependent. Like if they had like a, I don't know, like a pistol that's like a Jacob's pistol that's like kind of like a Maggie, or they had like a Maggie 2 to the game where has something like this Maggie. Basically what I'm saying is if they did something like that where it's just like a generic cool gun rather than like here's a wacky Christmas item that's like not very good, or more meant for the like early game where you do it in your first playthrough, or you're doing while you're still leveling up, rather than being like a gun that's going to be hard meta. You go and farm it, it's going to be like the thing you're going to use to kill, like Bloom and Reaper, go and like kill all the bosses, or kill all like insta kill bosses, which I think maybe they will add a couple of those guns. It seems like they're going to do maybe kind of dip their toes in the power creep kind of version of the guns in Borderlands. Which I don't know if I want that or if I don't want that. I don't know what I want, I guess maybe I want them to make guns that are fun and interesting, but that can be fun and good, like useful at low level and high level, but also like aren't the most like meta defining where you need to go get this gun, and if you don't get it, like you're not, you basically have to buy this DLC just to get this really good gun that's gonna like help you do any other future DLC or free content like Bloom and Reaper. I don't know. I think something like that could be really good, but I don't know. I think Borderlands just needs more content. That's basically what I'm saying. Like I think Gearbox needs to do more to get people to kind of like be excited for Borderlands, because I know like everyone goes, oh, the game is dead, or the game has lost 80% of its player base. No one's playing the game, which is kind of true and kind of not true. I think people just moved on now because we're in that kind of new phase where people, those who really like Borderlands, like they're still gonna keep playing it and waiting for new content, and those who kind of were more casual, like a lot of like the streamers and content creators who are more casual players, who are like, I'm gonna play, it's fun, wacky moments, haha. You know, look at this wacky gun, look at me, all the guns and explosions, and then they kind of step away and go to the next big game or the next thing that's gonna get views or pull them away. And that's kind of just how it is with a game like Borderlands.
And without further, that fancy word for waiting.
Alright, now we gotta wait for Kieran to talk. So now we gotta follow this loot tracker.
Exactly as I envisioned.
Look to known smuggler secret. You wanna find something? Use a jabber. Fast as hell, got a nose like a bloodhound. We digitized that little bastard so it doesn't crap everywhere. I ain't no turd farmer. Now follow that jabber. Ado! That's the word. Without further ado, learn that from a guy I killed. Real egghead. Holding a book and everything. Despite being betrayed by one of my own, it feels good to be back in the field. Even vicariously. That's a fancy word to learn from that nerd I killed. Dumb guy. Maybe should have chatted him up a little.
Now that we're gonna find out, we're gonna go find out who betrayed the rogues. And then, spoiler, it's Archimedes, and who would have figured that out? He didn't actually die. He's a pretty not difficult fight. He's basically gonna introduce us to the another version of the anointed tink enemies that kind of grow really big or run around and are really fast.
Army of jabbers, I could take over the planet. Just say
make sure we get iridium. We don't have much
Indeed, my
iridium.
brother. Indeed.
I think, oh yeah, over here is the another one of these iridium ratings, but we can't get those until after we defeat Troy. I think and go to Necrotafeo. That's still a bit of ways away because we still gotta do more stuff on Pandora and finish up here in Eden 6. We didn't see many what's it called, enemies. What's it called, cartel enemies. Usually these guys would be cartel enemies, but oh well, I guess we're not gonna go to Joey's residence. Maybe in the next playthrough or the next part we should go check out Joey's place again. Cause like I said, it's one of the better places to go to get loot and level up. But it is kind of OP because you can go so early on. I think maybe if they change it to where maybe you can only go after you beat this main story, maybe save like the Halloween and the
Jabber's saying the
or
fragment's
see if the
just up
Halloween
there.
and the
Nice job.
Valentine's Day is.
Do your thing.
Well, I guess the Valentine's Day is already an end game
Alright,
thing
Vault
because
Hunter. Let's
I
get
think
that
the
fragment.
wedding invitation and the
Find out who tricked the
polyamorous are
rogues.
both locked at 72. So I don't know. I guess maybe they were like, well, people already max level when they're doing these events, so maybe you want to balance those weapons around that. Let's clear up all of our other junk that we don't need. We'll sell you. We have a kick charger. And we'll definitely sell the Max Bane, one of the worst guns in the game. I guess we keep that since we don't really have a powerful artifact. I would like to get what is it, the snowball or the snowball or or what's it called? The one that throws those that makes you use slide speed. I think it is snowball or something like that.
Stay back! I'm warning you! I'll
But yeah,
put you in the mud!
Archimedes is the guy we gotta fight.
Archimedes? That you? I thought you were dead!
We gotta wait for them to finish up their dialogue.
I see. Faked your own death, sold out the rogues. Hell of a maneuver. What'd you get for it? Aurelia promised me 2 planets and enough cash to build a water slide between them. The dream we always talked about. It's happening, Clay. It's happening. Proud of you, man. You did it. Vault Hunter, kill that traitorous son of a bitch.
Or he's gonna talk a little bit more, so we'll kind of wait for him to finish his dialogue.
I've got a new family now.
Oh wait. Alright, there we go. So he's not too ticky. He's gonna basically just one of these anointed little tinks that are like a new enemy type.
Traitors, Vault Hunter. Me and Archimedes worked together.
But yeah, he's dead.
Sad
He wasn't
to
too
say
difficult.
goodbye.
Nothing. I don't know if he can drop anything. I forget if even if you can farm him. But we're not really gonna come back and check him out.
As I knew you would, Vault
Alright,
Hunter.
now that we've done
After all
that,
this is done, you should join
make
the
sure we go.
rogues.
Where's the cell station? It's over here.
I should tell you, Aurelia offered me a small fortune to turn against Wainwright, yo. But I didn't
Let's
take
sell some of this other
Montgomery
junk that we
Jacobs,
picked up from
closest single
Archimedes.
father I had. Those Calypso twins murdered him.
Anything else you want to sell? I think we just hold on to other stuff for now.
Let me know.
Maybe we'll go
For the
put some
record,
stuff in the bank.
I ain't in it for the money.
Alright, now that we've done that, let's see. We gotta go back to Sanctuary, talk to Tannis. Let's just do that really quick to finish off this episode. Like I said, we're just gonna do this area and and then I'll take a break after this because I sadly don't have enough things to go check out Zoe's place. We guess we didn't see that too many
Vault
enemies.
Hunter. Clay says the operation was a success.
Yeah, we gotta still get some dialogue from Wainwright. Oh, we got this cosmetic I forgot to pick up.
Fragment is. It's right under the hobbyist snout.
Another skin.
We can
But I think it's the
nab
same
it,
skin.
open the vault all
Or,
in
we'll
one
let Mr.
fell
Chu get out of the way. Maybe we'll go to Arms Race. I don't know. Maybe do a couple runs there. But we want to go talk to Tannis real quick. Give her the vault key. And we'll get some more dialogue. Because we are near the end. After this, I think we go to the black powder cellar. And then we go and obviously fight Aurelia. We gotta take this off first. Let's see, what are we using for? Maybe I'll use our kick charger, because we got this
Stay
thing.
busy or my mind wanders.
Yeah, this thing is really overpowered. But we'll sell that. So we're gonna lose the rogue sight. And we leveled up, and we also get the this unique, the trader, I think. Yeah, the trader's death. Trader's death actually isn't so bad. I mean, compared to our other gun, it's a pretty decent early Jacob's gun if you're doing like a Jacob's playthrough. But I mean, we could try it out for a little bit. And then we leveled up also. I guess more health. Now we're down to here. I think we want maybe overclocked, maybe a point into all my BFFs just to have it.
Tannis, I don't like this.
So they're basically telling us about the thing. But we're gonna ignore that because then Ava's gonna cut in and start blabbing.
My presence is required to ensure that when they arrive, their dinner plate will be empty. Trust
You can look at Hermes
it
here.
has to be me. It's her
You can
choice
see
to go down, Lilith.
it's an upgrade in the Borderlands 4.
Get exactly what they want. I know that. Tannis, I trust you. It's your call.
Grenade.
Thank you, Lilith. And Ava, human emotions are well outside of my expertise, but I must state the obvious.
Yeah.
Troy Calypso killed Maya, not Lilith. There is enough fighting going on out there. This may not have been the family you signed up for, but it is the one you have.
Alright. Yeah, they're still blabbing. Forgot we could tip Moxie. We can get the crypt and hail. So maybe we'll do that for a
Wainwright
little bit.
knows where the final key
Yeah, we didn't even tip Moxie
Go
before
for
we
the
got an
vault.
achievement for it.
This time, if the Calypsos come, we'll be
Oh,
ready.
we got
for
something.
them.
There you go. Maybe we'll check it out in a
Wainwright
second.
seemed pretty
Let's see what we got. Yeah, we got the crit. The crit's actually really good, but it still does its kind of unique gimmick of randomly dropping when you have it.
Who wouldn't jump at the chance to take back what was stolen from them?
Good luck, Vault Hunter. Don't worry, I got this ship on lockdown, baby.
Alright, now that we're done that, anything else we want to buy? Sell some stuff off? Sell you? Sell you? I think we're going to put some stuff away maybe during the break. Yeah, let's keep that skin. Maybe sell some stuff. But I think that's going to be it for this part. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like on it, and be sure to check all the other parts if you haven't, if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.